My coworker took credit for my project, so I took credit for his promotion. Wesley Garrett presented my client retention algorithm to the executive board on a Wednesday morning while I sat in a different building training new hires on outdated software. I found out because my phone lit up with a Slack message from my friend in accounting. Why is Wesley presenting the Aurora project? I stared at the screen for 10 seconds before my hands started shaking. The Aurora project was mine. 18 months of work, nights and weekends. I built the entire algorithm from scratch, designed the interface, ran the pilot program with 3 major clients, and documented a 38% increase in retention rates. Wesley had done nothing except sit in 2 meetings where I'd presented progress updates. He'd asked maybe 5 questions total, and now he was upstairs presenting my work to the people who decided promotions. I walked out of the training session without explanation and took the elevator to the executive floor. Security stopped me at the glass doors. Do you have clearance for this floor? I didn't. I stood there watching through the glass as Wesley pointed at slides I'd created, graphs I'd generated, projections I'd calculated. The executives were nodding, leaning forward, clearly impressed. My boss, Patricia Vance, sat at the head of the table looking proud. Wesley had worn his expensive suit, the navy one that made him look competent and trustworthy. He was gesturing confidently, owning every word. I watched for 11 minutes before security asked me to leave. I went back downstairs, finished the training session on autopilot, and spent my lunch break in my car trying not to scream. The email arrived at 3:47 that afternoon. Subject line, congratulations team. Patricia had sent it to the entire department. I'm thrilled to announce that Wesley Garrett's innovative client retention project has received enthusiastic approval from our executive leadership team. His forward-thinking approach and dedication to excellence exemplify the kind of initiative we value at this company. Wesley will be leading the implementation phase and has been selected for our senior leadership development program. Please join me in congratulating him on this well-deserved recognition. I read it 4 times. My name appeared nowhere. Not even a mention of collaboration or team effort. Wesley had erased me completely. The replies started immediately. Dozens of people congratulating Wesley, praising his innovation, calling him a rising star. I wanted to reply to all and explain the truth, but I knew how that would look. Bitter, jealous, unprofessional. Wesley stopped by my desk at 4:15 carrying a coffee from the expensive place downstairs. He set it in front of me with a smile. Thought you might need this. I know you've been working hard on those training sessions. I looked at the coffee, then at him. He was still wearing the navy suit, still radiating fake humility. I saw the email. I said quietly. His smile didn't falter. Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. Patricia really loved the presentation. Not my presentation. The presentation. Like it had materialized from the universe. Wesley, that was my project. I built that algorithm. I ran the pilot program. He tilted his head with manufactured concern. I think you're confused, Simone. You did some preliminary research, sure, but I developed the actual strategy and implementation plan. That's what the executives cared about. My preliminary research was the entire foundation. My strategy was what he'd presented, but he said it with such conviction that for a moment I questioned my own memory. I didn't sleep that night. I lay in bed replaying every conversation, every meeting, every email exchange. The Aurora project had started because I'd noticed a pattern in client departure data 18 months ago. I'd written a proposal, presented it to Patricia, and gotten approval to develop it. Wesley had been assigned to provide strategic input, which meant he attended occasional meetings and contributed nothing substantive, but he'd been in the room. He'd heard my presentations. He'd seen my work, and apparently he decided it was his. At 2 a.m. I got up and opened my laptop. I started going through my files, my emails, my documentation. Everything was there, time-stamped, detailed, proof of every hour I'd worked, every decision I'd made, every result I'd achieved. I started building a folder, evidence, because if I was going to fight this, I needed to be able to prove what happened. Thursday morning, I requested a meeting with Patricia, and that's when things took a turn I never expected. To see the full story, click the link below or go on my channel.